My life is right now like our puzzle.
We came here to do this puzzle, right? Let's just start it. In this project, when I started recording the people and knowing like their thoughts and experience, it has been really nice to listen other people how they think, how they experience so many things, and it's like this in the puzzle when you see the full image from different points of view. You know, I was just thinking the other day what I thought about Canada. It's like it's so different when you arrive here, right? Yeah, it's funny when you think about Canada. You think about the color of nature. You think like moose, bears, you know, like a country. Yeah, like very countryside, like like adventure. And then we arrived to Toronto. It's so fast, and there are cars, and everyone's running for the work, and everyone's like stressed about getting to a place. And we take like at least 40 minutes to get from one corner to the other. It's like that was not what I imagined. I just completed the first two pieces. Oh, you know what? Why Canada?
I think in general, Canada is a place with a lot of opportunities, but also a very safe place for foreigners to go.
Canada is one of the best because the universities and colleges are great, and also is one of the nearest of my country.
It provides incredible opportunities for international students.
I needed to work. So Canada have this like permit that would let me work part.
We looking for a better future for our kids, and we know Canada could offer that to our kids and for us as well.
Because my wife is from Canada, she's Colombian Canadian, and we decided together to move to Canada to start a new life.
I was just thinking about free time. I can count on my fingers the times I actually went outside Toronto to do something.
It's just that you get so caught up in all the activities that you forget you have a life and you forget to like go out sometimes, and it's just the lack of me time that we're facing here. That's the biggest issue for me.
Yes. And then you overestimate it.
For example, Manu was like, oh yes, I can work, I will do this, I will do that.
I'm looking forward to have a job and also doing exercise. I like a lot to play football.
You're telling me like the free time or just the free time?
You overestimate that you're going to come here to be in a new culture and like learn the language, be alone by yourself, do so many things, and you think, oh, that's going to be right. No, this is something that challenge you.
How about weather?
I thought the weather would be really devastating here, and I wouldn't be able to survive. I didn't think that I would be able to wear the dresses that I love to wear. It's just a part of my lifestyle, but yeah. I was really happy when I came here and it wasn't all winter.
Actually, we arrived during summer, and at that time, I brought jackets for me and my kids. When I arrived, and the summertime. So Canada weather, no, it is very nice. I like the weather in Canada because you have the 4th season.
But winters can be hard. You know what? I kind of have a little bit of different opinion on that. I feel like winter is forever here. I feel like we live 6 months in cold weather. This is how I feel. However, I heard someone saying that, and I'll take this forever of my life. You appreciate summer when you have winter. Oh, that's so
true.
Right. You know, my brother, he was telling me that he was so scared, so scared that he right now he's just looking for the winter jackets for like a lot of videos and things because he was scared about the winter.
I'm very worried because here, when you are in a cold day, you can be in, 20 Celsius.
Here, I get cold when it's about 20 degrees, and it's like the most cold I have ever felt. So, yeah, I don't know, but in my mind, I'm going to be okay.
Kind of looking forward to experiencing snow. I've not seen really much of it.
And there's funny thing I tell everyone who asks me, how's snow? Like, it's beautiful for the first 2 weeks. And then you're like, when is this gonna go away?
Was the first time I still remember the moment. I was really excited. For the first 2 years, I was okay with that. And then after that, I tried to get really stressed.
But anyway, that's just something very I think it's very important to consider the weather when you're coming to Canada. But what do you guys do when you're like homesick? Because to me, like my community, my Brazilian community, is it's my go-to place when I miss my family, when I miss Brazil in general. So, but how do you guys deal with that?
I am sure I will miss my family and the comfort of being at home.
You will miss your family a lot.
To be really honest, I just grew up from my gallery when I was in my home country and my family, because back home I used to go everywhere with my friends, and there's a sudden switch that the bit of loneliness kind of comes into your life. Like you suddenly here all alone, you have to do all the stuff, you have to figure out all the things, pay bills, and there are so many responsibilities, and you don't have any friends initially. So what I do, one more thing, is that I visit the temple every Sunday, and as soon as I enter the temple, it feels like I am home.
But other thing that I have been thinking about, food. I don't know about you guys, like your culture, but when I first thought about like food, like eating habits in general, I had this idea that would be very difficult to get like eating, like healthy eating habits. And it was true for the beginning. Like it was difficult to actually start a routine where I would eat healthy things. But then when I started to get to know the city, I saw how many different places we can choose from, like in terms of like eating.
Manuel was saying to me, here you can find hamburgers and pizza.
I think that the food won't be a problem because here in countries of South America, there are a lot of things like hamburgers, pizza.
So I'm getting used to hamburgers and pizza. And I was thinking, like, he doesn't know that here you can find not only hamburgers and pizza. You know what I mean?
Here you can find Middle Eastern restaurants, Middle Eastern stores, so you can find everything. And I think that the same for every other culture.
We have a lot of options from multiple cities. We don't need to only buy fast food.
I had my first Korean barbecue here in Canada. That's nice, right? I also had my first Indian food here.
Really?
Yeah, and I loved it. I loved it. Also, I think my first Greek. Oof. Oh, and we love Greek, right? We're eating Greek like almost every week.
When you have like little Greek, little this, little that, all the festivals, and you go and see like for so many countries, like you can be around the world just here. It's like when you're in school and they start talking about other countries, other like cultures, it's like a class. But now when it has a name, when you're talking about your family, it's a real, you can understand better the problematics, the food, like this or that, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot about the world and what is happening and why and other points of view.
Was lucky to have a friend around across the world because again, Canada is the diversity country. You can meet people from every single country around the world.
I am really excited to make new friends from all over the world.
This is the thing that I'm most excited about.
I have like searched the people there, how is to live there, and a lot of videos. There are lots of cultures.
Their cultures, their stories.
We have so much to learn from that.
It's like growth professionally and personally, because you learn how to communicate with different people from across the world, and you also grow in your profession.
Yeah, true. What was your first challenge when you got here to Canada?
So I know how to speak, how to read, write, and speak, understand English. But when I came here to Canada, I faced some difficulties, especially when I tried to express myself or to explain something, the one who is not from my culture or from my community.
I wanted to go to a networking event in marketing. My background was in marketing, so I wanted to introduce myself with marketing people, and I couldn't do it because my English was not enough for that moment.
Learning English.
When you back home, you learn like, hello, how are you? Fine, thank you, and you.
And then you come here and it's like
One thing that I think that was my challenge was with the directions. I really felt really dumb when I had to take a bus to college. I had to take a bus to go somewhere, to work maybe, and I just lost all the directions. I'm like, this says south, this says north. That's not really how it happens in my country.
so many different type of transportation because we have like the streetcar, we have the subway, then we have two lines, then we have the bus.
My cousin said something very interesting about what she thinks is going to be her first challenge here.
Finding a safe environment, like somewhere where I feel that I belong, where I feel safe, where I feel like, okay, I am here and that's okay, I'm not alone and I'm going to be fine.
And she said, you know, it's very difficult to feel like you belong when you don't have a community.
Wow.
That is so true.
And I think that's gonna be my biggest challenge because I'm gonna be arriving in a place where I don't know anyone. You know, to feel comfortable, to feel like I belong, I need my community. You know, then some people also told me that the first challenge was actually finding a house.
Finding a place to live after 1 month staying at this Airbnb. And 1 month you find a room to rent.
You don't expect that. When I was trying to find my first house, because I was a newcomer and I didn't have like anything, I was here just alone. No one knew me. They didn't want to rent for a newcomer because they didn't know who I was. Yeah, so that was a good challenge too.
How was class when you first started? I had a totally different expectation of what my classes would look like.
A lot of assignments, too much presentations.
It will be very nice because you can learn about the people of different parts of the world, different types of knowledge that gave you ideas about some project or be more creative.
I have more perspectives of a future in that area.
We were a mix of people that want to learn and people that doesn't matter.
I thought it would be all Canadians.
So we had a lot of international students.
For sure, that improve your lifestyle, improve your speaking skills, your English, your adaptation.
And how about your teachers?
There's so much to learn. Great professors.
I think they're going to be really cool, really experienced. They have a rich background.
Because there are people that live in another culture, other country that have like another point of view or another perspective about the things that I saw every day.
Will help me a lot in getting to know about new topics and looking at things from a whole different perspective.
There are so many people from all different cultures, and that's really nice to see because you learn everything from different people. So I think that's really beneficial as well.
What did you think was going to be your first job here?
You know, when you come abroad, you kind of believe what you see in movies and like web series and TV shows.
Maybe in journalism or media, maybe as a content writer or maybe as a digital media assistant.
But I thought that, oh my god, it would be an office job and I would be sitting with my laptop doing something, not specific, but yeah, doing something.
My first work here was a housekeeper.
I'm looking forward to have a job, like something that helped me to understand more like the culture, the place, the people, because I have never been there, so you have to like get used to.
I think I got at the beginning a little stressed. I remember I was telling you like, oh, I can't find a job. It has been a month, and then I got a job, actually in the design area, exactly in the thing that we are right now studying. So one of the things that I think that I got this job is because I already, before coming here, had some experience in that, had some portfolio.
If you have any kind of the skills, you can use it to get job here. Yes, for sure.
No, you need to show them that you already know how to do something if you want to be in that area. Coming here made me like go through that, like pushing myself not only to apply it, but go there and make it happen. You will have to be a warrior.
First job was as I said, dog walker. Starbucks for 3 months. Then after that, when I started to study at Centennial College, I got this part-time job as a graphic designer. Then I work as a web developer for a marketing agency.
I think
you overestimate also getting a job here.
Yeah, my cousin said she thinks she will be working in a cafe.
A cozy place where people go to study and talk, with them, making their coffee.
Yeah, so she's connected to reality.
The guy that made the app that I told you about, he said when he came here, he started studying English because he found that this is like the base of communication and the interviews and like getting a life here. And then he didn't look for a job for the 4th year.
I didn't want to find a job at the first year because I want to dedicate that time to learn, to study, to launch the app that I mentioned. So I didn't know about it.
So I was talking to him that maybe this is like a garden. Like if you go with a net and start looking for butterflies, you have like run and do like a lot of things. But if you create your own garden, I asked him that he started creating his own portfolio, his own skills, and I started looking apps is something that is coming. And then he got a really good job because he already had all the skills. He wasn't worried about applying. He was worried about getting the professional base. So then when he applied, he will be the good fit.
You know, saying that, what do you think is gonna be when we graduate?
After I graduate, I see myself working in the media industry. As I said earlier, I would love to work as a journalist or a digital content creator. So if I enjoy my time in Canada, I might even apply for permanent residency and continue working there for like a few years.
Like see myself in the future, maybe in a company that have to make videos to, I don't know, publicity ads or maybe musical videos.
And I will have already a stability. So I think after I graduate, my life will be looking for a job in my area and then living my life at its fullest,
I think it's going to be a big change, but we are going to be able to work full time. To be honest, I just hope that I get a stable job.
My expectation is actually having balance in life.
You know what? I feel like my life is right now like our puzzle. We know a little where we are, but at the same time, we have no idea what's coming.
I was thinking about our topic, modern education. And to me, to be honest, modern education is to be here, like to be an international student. That's very modern to me.
Right now, we are not just there about topics. Learning is not only about the subjects, about the course, about this or that. The modern education now is integrity. It's like holistic. It's like learning about yourself, growing as a professional, like have teamwork, learning other cultures, learn how to deal with other specific cultures and people. And
We are now ready to rule the world.
Yeah, it's not about like doing your classes online or in person. It's not about this. It's not about like technology. It's just about adaptability and belonging and making yourself comfortable in a place where you're not from there.
The technology is so advanced that you don't need to think a lot compared to before. Like almost all the things are already done, or you can do it easy.
Yeah, the processes are shorter right now.
But what is the important thing? Being a leader of your life, leader with others.
Yeah.
Handle those, like the strategy of the things and make it done.
Learning how to communicate, like how to express yourself. Not only clearly communicate what you want, but also have emotional intelligence to say what you want.
It's like not only different cultures, but also different ages.
In another environment, maybe I would not have the opportunity to share class with someone with that much of experience and learn from that person. And Canada kind of gave us this opportunity. This is just amazing. I'm happy to have met you guys. Yeah, that's modern education. And talking about like practical advices, I can start just by saying, please research.
Do a perfect plan before, because this is gonna be expensive, gonna be difficult. If you are coming by yourself, it's gonna be way more difficult than you expected. You need to plan ahead.
The places, the weather, what you're gonna find there, and try to find people that you can trust, like building your community. You can start building your community even before you arrive. I think that's important, like making friends on Facebook, on Instagram. Get to know the place where you're going.
Be prepared. Be prepared. Like try to learn as much as English as you can. If you know English, that's the biggest step. And start seeing what you want to be in the near future. Don't just arrive and see what they kind of have for you. Just be prepared with something. Yeah, I want to be this person. I want to build this. Because once you arrive, doesn't matter which path you're going to need to take, like survivor jobs, professional jobs. It doesn't matter. If you know what you want, you are going to find a way to get there.
And I think more than one person said that. Don't wait until you graduate to get out there.
From day one, start to build your network and to increase your communications and have a new friend, build a new relationship.
Try to go to networking events. Try to practice your English as much as you can.
You need to have account on LinkedIn. You have to be an active in person if there any activity related to offer a job or just to be familiar. So you will be ready when the time is come to get.
Just one last piece of advice that we heard, and it has a lot with Julian said, but sometimes we're just feeling exhausted of trying hard. We feel like overwhelmed with so many things we gotta do.
You need to understand your position. It doesn't matter what it is. You need to understand where I am now and where I'm gonna go, where I'm moving, right? I'm moving to this direction. I want to go there. And you have to see it. If you don't see it, everything is gonna decide for you. Family, friends, work, everything. It's easy when you understand that if you don't try, you are not gonna get it. You just need to understand. You need to try it as hard as you can, and don't let it pull you down.
When you get one piece, when you start figuring out things like this puzzle, you think that, oh my god, this is so easy, but as you move forward, there are like ups and downs. Sometimes you keep finding the pieces, sometimes you're not finding a piece at all. So it's just about the process. Like it has to take time. It will take time. So that's the most important thing that I can relate with this puzzle.